Oh, you're blocking a block. I'm dunking on him. Oh, it was contact. It was contact.
That clip to another video on the channel, and today we will be talking to you about top 20 video game glitches of all time. Number 20, Red Dead Redemption Pimped Out Ride. In honor of the great Red Dead Redemption franchise's second sequel, we felt it would be appropriate to begin with a thumping trip down memory lane. Red Dead Redemption is a lot of fun, and it's brilliantly handled in so many ways. However, things can still go wrong. The Wild West was undoubtedly a rocky journey, but surely not this bumpy. Number 19, Mass Effect's Effect on a Neck. Mass Effect is another powerhouse franchise that deserves to be recognized by gamers. Another large world with interesting individuals and a compelling plot, and yet another glitch. We aren't sure what the long-term impacts of spaceflight will be on humanity, and Commander Shepard has seen a lot, but neither of those merit this kind of trapezius tour. Number 18, The Wolf Among Us Strip Dance. The Wolf Among Us is a fun interactive visual adventure game that was released in 2013. They're probably dancing because they're so excited. Dancing like the main character from the first film after catching an erroneously timed boogie bug. Number 17, Passing Well Beyond the Sky's Rim. Another large game, another breadcrumb trail of glitches. Dragons flying backwards, your arms dislocating from your shoulders, horses flying around crazily. One of the most well-known bugs is the power of the giant's clubs. The first time we saw this was when a saber cat chased us up a hill. We happened to walk directly into the camp of a giant. The saber cat chased after him and landed a perfect slam from a huge. The cat vanished into the sky. Number 16, 2K17, A Year of Limbless Beasts. NBA 2K17 was a visually appealing game for the most part. A problem would occasionally kick out the stool beneath the realistic images. You'd wind up with huge, wing-like arms, short little legs, or in certain situations, just become Rayman. Do you believe it's easier or harder to dunk if your hands aren't tied to your body? Number 15, The Battlefield 3 Beta Meets Worms. Have you ever played any of the Worms games? They're a real 2D explosion of joy. How about Battlefield? Have you played any of the franchise's games? A bug in the Battlefield 3 beta converted some perfectly capable players into worm people who fired their weapons with their buns rather than their hands. It's ridiculous, and we can't get enough of it. Number 14, UFC 2 Fighting the Kangaroo. EA Sports UFC 2 has a humorous issue where combatants may get trapped in strange positions or get up and jump out of the ring entirely. One weak player had a fight in which his opponent agreed to a brief truce. Then she reappeared, and they had to fight their way through the cage that surrounded the ring. It doesn't go as planned. Take a look. It gets really fantastic at the 50-second mark. You can also listen to the spoof commentary for a full compilation of these UFC blunders. Number 13, PUBG Driving Through Walls Simulator. While it's available for purchase and play, it's not quite a completed title. The developers are actively working on the game and recognize this when they sell it. There are various problems where the world is not rendered properly and structures do not appear at all. There's a problem there. It gets worse when you offer players a vehicle in a location where there are meant to be a lot of buildings to hide in, such as Pachinki. Number 12, Mount and Blade. Warband, The Mighty Face. It's like Nickelodeon's face colliding with the Teletubbies' sun baby, except frightening. In Mount and Blade, Warband, a bug transforms the blue sky into a giant twisted visage of a character. It's insane. This is not for the faint-hearted. Number 11, Assassin's Creed Unity. Horror Face. There was a humorous problem in Assassin's Creed Unity that has apparently since been corrected that would prevent your character's face from rendering, especially during certain moments. Instead, your eyes or teeth, or both, might occasionally show. As if being an assassin wasn't enough, you've now become a terrifying monster. This is a game changer. Number 10, Star Wars Battlefront 2 Failure to Light. For the sake of the Star Wars universe, thank God for Luke Skywalker. Without him, the galaxy would be destroyed. There's a bug in Star Wars Battlefront 2 that causes Luke's lightsaber to not always light up. That is, it appears that he fights Darth Vader with plain old-fashioned fisticuffs. Not the funniest error, but satisfying for any light side supporters out there. Number 9, RDR Cougar Man Meat Bird Man. There is a bug in this game where a mountain lion hides in human attire. This beast attacks Mr. Marston with the speed and strength of a cougar, but the appearance of a deformed NPC. And just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder, along come the bird men. These tranquil cousins to the cougar man are still startling, but they have a regal quality about them. It's both humorous and horrifying, but you can't take your eyes off it. We were really fortunate not to come across any of these hybrids during our own adventures. Number 8. Fallout 4, lining up that perfect shot. The VATS technology in Fallout 4 makes it simple to line up some devastating shots and let your opponent have it before they know what hit him. At the very least, it is what should happen. Sometimes you'll just randomly jump into the air and plummet to your doom, letting your target live another day. Didn't anyone tell you about the dangers of the wasteland? Number 7. Crises, sharks jumping ship. So, while land sharks aren't as dangerous as Sharknadoes, they're still considered a crisis. See what we did there. And in crises, sharks aren't afraid to do anything they want, water or no water. So, the next time you fire up an old favorite, be extra cautious on the beaches. They're on their way to get you. Number 6. Sims 4, a parent's love. Nothing, they say, can compare to a parent's love for his or her child. When your Sims have a baby, the perfect little angel does not necessarily render as a perfect little angel. In fact, some of the designs are very diabolical. In certain circumstances, newborns and frying pans have merged. Others have eyes that protrude from their heads, torsos that stretch like taffy, and limbs and fingers that resemble a Slenderman conspiracy photo. Can your Sim fall in love with their demon child? Number 5. Madden NFL 15. We are the Tiny Titans. Madden NFL 15 was a good game. However, it included a bizarre issue in which a certain character appeared extremely little. As in, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. In terms of power and speed, he works like a typical character. He's the size of an insect, but he hits like a mule. The best thing is that Madden accepted his error. EA Sports even made a parody of his larger-than-life story. Number 4. Assassin's Creed Origins, O Chariot. Another Assassin's Creed adventure, this time with full hearts and full faces. Yes, the faces are rendered correctly here, but that doesn't make this player's use of his chariot any easier. Sometimes it's better to let the video speak for itself. This is one of those occasions. Look at the mighty chariot pilot. Number 3. Heavy Rain, Sean. The Sean glitch is well known, however it contains a spoiler. Don't watch the video if you haven't finished the game yet and want to do so without knowing what to anticipate. In the game, there is a prompt that says, press X to Sean, which causes your character to call out the name Sean. However, the glitch allows you to continuously scream the name, which becomes increasingly amusing as the game progresses, as your character continues to yell Sean in increasingly ridiculous, nonsensical moments of the game. It's a hoot, but be in mind that there will be spoilers. Number 2. FIFA. Many tense hours of competition have been poured into the FIFA franchise around the world. It's no surprise that people feel frustrated when things don't go as planned. Over the years, FIFA's collection of glitches has never failed to impress. The most current from FIFA 18 show, among other things, players walking through walls to get into the stands, goalies misbehaving, and characters just disappearing. So buckle up because it's going to be a wild journey. Number 1. LOTR Online All Aboard. This is an unreasonable initial choice, but there's something so amusing and clever about it that we couldn't resist. This bug in Lord of the Rings Online allowed players to use the follow command on chairs, causing the chairs to follow the person around. It's even great when players use the command on numerous seats and then sit on them while one player just parades everyone around. It's the Lord of the Rings. People are sitting in self-driving chairs amid the undulating hills instead of defending Middle-earth. Something about that makes us chuckle. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. But before that, we want to know how you feel about this. Consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you soon.